Hello everyone, welcome back to English class. Today we are going to start one new chapter and the chapter name is The Portrait of a Lady. My dear, this is first chapter of your prose section and this beautiful chapter is written by Khushwant Singh. Who is the author of this chapter? Khushwant Singh. As I gave you introduction of this chapter earlier in the last class, I made you understand, I taught you. This chapter is all about the story of author himself and his loving grandmother, in which very beautifully he has described everything about the qualities and the nature and the physical appearance of his own grandmother. He also very beautifully described the strong bonding between the author and his grandmother and how there came a turning point in their life, that everything he has explained in this story. Now let's move ahead towards the paragraph. Let's read. My grandmother, like everybody's grandmother, was an old woman. She had been old and wrinkled for 20 years that I had known her. Wrinkled means what? Many folds, Now, if you see your skin, it is very much perfect. There is no any folds. But wrinkled means what? When you see the old people, you will find there are so many folds in their cheeks. So that is what wrinkled or the jhurriyan in Hindi. So what here the writer is telling here? For the 20 years, for the past 20 years, he had seen the wrinkled face of his grandmother. People said that she had once been young and pretty and had even had a husband, but that was hard to believe. He had heard from somebody that once upon a time his grandmother was very much pretty and she was very young, attractive, and even she had a husband. But the author was not ready to accept this. Why? Because from the author's birth, he had seen only the wrinkled face of his grandmother, and that is why he is not ready to believe that once upon a time his grandmother was so pretty young and she had a husband. My grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. He wore a big turban and loose fitting clothes. His long white beard covered the best part of his chest and he looked at least 100 years old. He did not look the sort of person who could have wife or children. He looked as if he could only have lots and lots of grandchildren. As for my grandmother being young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting. She often told us of the games she used to play as a child that seemed quite absurd and undignified on her part, and we treated it like the fables of the prophets she used to tell us. You know, at first in the paragraph, the writer is talking about, the author is explaining what other people used to say about his grandmother and what was his own opinion. But in the second part of the same paragraph, he is explaining about his grandfather, about his physical appearance that he could see on the portrait. So, what he found there? He found that his grandfather was looking so old. Nobody can say that he had children, but after watching the portrait of his grandfather, only one thing can be spoken. And what is that? The person could have only lots and lots of grandchildren. Alright, that means his grandfather was looking very, very old, and that is why it was difficult for the writer, for the author, to believe that how could a very old man had have had a very pretty young beautiful wife once upon a time, because he had never ever seen the young age of his grandmother as well as his grandfather. He has seen only the real he has seen only the photograph of his grandfather, and he had seen her grandmother in front of his eyes, and she was very old and she had wrinkled face. Now let's move ahead. Sometimes his grandmother used to tell the story of her own childhood. She used to share with the author what kind of games she used to play as a child. But the author did not believe that her grandmother once upon a time used to play those kinds of games. She had always been short and fat and slightly bent. Her face was crisscross of wrinkles running from everywhere to everywhere, because whenever he had seen his grandmother, he found that her face was, very much wrinkled. There was so many crisscross wrinkle running from everywhere to everywhere. That means her face was full of wrinkles. Now you can see here, she had always been short and fat and slightly bent, and because of her older age, she was not able to walk just like the common man as a straight, and that is why she has to bend. She has to bend a little bit. Her face was a crisscross of wrinkles running from everywhere. That means her face was not very much smooth. It was rough, and there was very much wrinkles. Many folds were there. No, we were certain she had always been as we had known her. Old, so terribly old that she could not have grown older, and had stayed at the same age for 20 years. She could never have been pretty, but she was always beautiful. So, here the author was not ready to accept that once upon a time his grandmother was pretty, but he always accepted that she was always beautiful. That means here she was very much kind hearted from inside. She hobbled about the house in spotless white with one hand resting on her waist to balance her stoop and other tailing the beads of her rosary. So here the writer is talking about what was the daily routine of his own grandmother. So she was very religious lady, and every time she had rosaries in her hand, and because of her older age she she was bent, Okay, because of her older age. She could not walk properly. So, just to support her walk, she used to keep her one hand on her waist so that she could walk properly. You must have seen so many people walking with the help of the stick. बूढ़े लोग जो होते हैं वो लोग ठीक से चल नहीं पाते हैं तो वो लोग क्या करते हैं स्टिक के सहारे चलते हैं. सो हियर द लेडी यूज्ड टू कीप हर वन हैंड ऑन हर वेस्ट एंड शी यूज्ड टू वॉक. Her silver locks were scattered untidy over her pale, puckered face, and her lips constantly moved in inaudible prayer. She used to keep herself busy in prayer. She was very great devotee. She was she has completely devoted herself in the prayer of the God. Yes, she was beautiful. She was like the winter landscape in the mountain, an expanse of pure white serenity, breathing peace and contentment. Here she has been compared. She was just like winter landscape in the mountain. When you see the mountain during the winter season, you will find it is totally covered with the snow. So similarly, she used to wear the white clothes, and that is why she has been compared with the winter landscape in the mountain because of her appearance. My grandmother and I were good friends. So, who were good friends? The author and the grandmother. My parents left me with her when they went to live in the city. We were constantly together. Here, the author is explaining about the strong bonding between the author and the grandmother. Their bond became much strong when her parents when the author's parents shifted in the city. We were constantly together, and the poet and the writer started living with his own grandmother. She used to wake me up in the morning and get me ready for school. She was very good. She was very kind hearted and she used to take care of her grandson. She said her morning prayer in the monotonous sing song while she bathed and dressed me in the hope that I would listen and get to know it by heart. She wanted to make her grandson learn the prayer, the morning prayer, and that is why she started singing the morning prayer in a monotonous sing song at the time of bathing the author, because she was expecting that after listening again and again the author will learn thoroughly the morning prayer. I listened because I loved her voice, but never bothered to learn it. The author, used to listen the voice of his own grandmother, but it was not to learn them, but it was just to hear the voice of his grandmother. Then she would fetch my wooden slate, which she had already washed and plastered with yellow chalk. She takes care of the author very well. At the time of school, she used to arrange everything. She used to keep the wooden slate, okay, chalk, and ink pot and the red pen also. She used to tie them all in bundles and hand it to me. She every time arranged everything, whatever was required, she used to collect and she used to hand over to the author. After a bus, after a breakfast of a thick stall chapati. What is the stall chapati? That means it is not fresh chapati. When you cook, suppose that you cook the chapati at night and you started eating it in the morning. So that chapati is known as what? Stall chapati with a little butter and sugar sprayed on it. She used to make it ready. She used to make it more tasty in the morning by adding sugar and butter. We went to school. She carried several stall chapatis with her for the village dogs. And she was not only very much kind hearted for her own grandson, but she was very much kind hearted for the other also. Even she had very great love for the street dogs, and she used to carry the stall chapatis for the street dogs also. At the time of returning from the school, she used to feed the street dogs, stray dogs. So, in this way, you can understand how much kind hearted lady she was.